So Netflix is in on this. I thought they had, and before you go, that's impossible. Think about it. It's regular people. It's not a computer. I mean, they can get to anybody. That's not. You might have someone. Well, because of telecommunication, you might have someone work here who lives here working for Netflix. I don't know how it works. I never applied. Whatever state, their distribution center. I mean, there's all the people that work at Amazon. So anyway, they're really getting personal. We've all known they use. If you look at, maybe I'll post another link to some of the articles about gang stalking. They views. They turn. It's not just strangers. They get. That's what that's the hints I be sending about how I know that they must have total control. They get family members to turn on you, friends you've known for decades since childhood, and they all turn. That's how I first started. Again, because that's what makes it so powerful. When I said I first started getting help months ago, years rather, um, uh, a little lot pissed off. He might go too. He really might go. I don't know. I mean, go this time. I mean, next time he walk out that door, he might fall to the ground. Um, so anyway, what they did this time, these fucktards did. You see how he turned? Like, oh shit. This time he believes me. You see how he turned? He see how he just turned and got on this car. Got in this car. He fucking believes me. He know what they see. He know why I came out here now, and I said Netflix, right? What they use, and I knew it right when I clicked on the movie. So when I woke up, because they usually call as soon as I wake up, it's usually a business call. Nobody I know. It's usually those robocalls, and it's usually ones, not a bill collector. Somebody I might, because I really don't owe it nobody like that. But what happened is, it's they would usually trying to sell me something, and usually it's related to those business scams. We'll teach you how even the ones that come into town this weekend at the Regency Hyatt. You're gonna learn how to tax sales. That was another one I had looked into on my own before, because I used to joke about it. I used to, instead of trying to do tax sales or real estate, what I should do is make one of these books, and try to sell them. 1999. I'll show you how to flip real estate, or I'll show you how to tax sales, and I can, do tax sales on my own. Another thing I haven't done. So anyway, and I don't know if, probably the dude who I was talking about just yesterday, because he didn't talk to me that day. I called him, but when he said, what are you going to start a new business? Get back into real estate. I said, what does that have to do next? Let me finish. These motherfuckers right here. So my daughter calls yesterday evening. I've been a lot of the times when I'm talking about. I didn't want people, and even though I know the stalkers know, I didn't want to put it out there on video. Period. So she calls and says her boyfriend is leaving. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's some weird shit. And well, he's gonna leave me here where they're living for 3 days. She specifically said 3 days. I'm like, for what? And I know what it is. It was is the mocking of me when I remember I used to tell y'all the dude, the fuck nigga I used to work with. He might go to. I know where he is. Matter of fact, because they used his now that the more I think about it, like I just woke up, but so anyway, yeah, don't fucking smile at me. So he woke up. I mean, I just woke. So the call was he's just leaving for 3 days. I'm like, that's some weird shit. Who just leaves your young girlfriend y'all living together, y'all having a baby, this and that. And this is what she said last night. He's gonna, and the whole thing might be a lie, right? Uh, for the gang stalkers. And I'm like in perfect position. You won't have the time, but uh, I'm like, where is he? Is he going to make some money or something? Because they're young and they've been feeding me this story. Yeah, I knew the whole thing was bullshit. That he was going into the military, and it's way too long. It's like, wait a minute, it's been like 8 months. You're not waiting to hear this. I know it's mocking me. You don't wait to hear from the recruiter. Recruiters come after you. I know that for a fact. I had the Navy and the Army for years before I decided. Since I was like 15, they come to school, they come get you, take me to lunch and shit at the little fast food restaurant and all this shit. That's how. And of course the gang stalkers later on, I would bring that up. Their first response, oh, it's because they have a quota. It's like, yeah, I know that, but still, if you can't make it, you have, it's not a brag. I'll just tell you literally what happened. And my stories would be because the reason I didn't join the Navy, even though I regret it now, is not because of the difference. Physicality is he was the only recruiter who said something to me about a job after you get out, a well-paying career. He took me to the fucking public library, showed me, he pulled out a book, and you can be in the union and yada yada. And after I got out, the Army, years later, I would think about that, because a lot of the jobs I would do, there was one of the type of unions he was talking about, not electrician or whatever, but I would, those local unions, and I'm like, damn, wish I would have listened to that guy. But literally, I just didn't join because I didn't like those white uniforms they wear in the summer. He came up to school one day with them on, and he was a black guy, and I just, way back then, it looked like the pants were way too tight. But way too, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. But back to what I'm saying. So I'm like, nah, there's no, and it took giving me the runaround. I'm like, no, this guy's not. He's lying to you. He's selling you a dream. The recruiter is not. Oh, he's waiting on to hear from the recruiter. He's waiting to hear. She stopped on that, and I guess the handler told him, to just stop. He's not buying that. I don't. So anyway, this morning, and like I said, the 3 days, he's just going, because I used to leave here, remember? I think I did maybe a couple of snippets in the last couple of months when I was working with this new guy, because we would go out of town. And I was telling you, I think I might have posted, I don't know if I still got footage. What we were doing, we were working at the drive shacks, and there's not one in this town, but we usually they're close, and also, like I said, we were doing doctor's offices. That's what he does. The name of the company is MSM or something like that. He's like a contractor, but they get paid well to do this shit. And he's a little low down son of a bitch. I told you he pretends to be a Jehovah's Witness, and it's not a dig on Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't care what people think, but the point is, if you're supposed to any kind of, he was so diligent. No, I can't go, or I can't meet y'all. The matter of fact, he would, because of my work ethic, it's just my experience, and I'm one of the older guys. Like I said, he has a lot of younger guys. He would defer to me, and I'm older than him, so. Even though trust me, he did some nasty shit, but he would let me, I wouldn't, usually it's not a job where I would get backup from the boss, but since it's his business and he's young and black, he that overrode, that shows, like I say, that the gang stalker program doesn't take care of them. They might pay the rent, but, they're just not giving them money like that, so that's how much he depended on me. And he literally said, because we get to arguing, like I said, At any other job, the same shit was going on. But at a job with a large corporation, we just end up arguing when I usually have to leave. But he, since it's only usually it'd only be about maybe 10 of us that he all handpicked, and we get arguing about how to move stuff. Basically, we're just moving shit, but you get paid way more. Like for those 3 days I might travel, I might have made $1,000, right? With travel pay. That's how he gets to charge that. Whether I'm pretty sure he's scary. It's all he got it all legal. So, you make in 3 days, it might take a lot of people 4 or 5 or 2 months. Some people a whole month to make, and for me that's all extra money. But like I said, I ended up quitting because I just couldn't. Same thing. Like I said, I would have hurt them, but now they're mad and they're threatening me and my daughter. So this morning, and once it's a new movie, you turn on the TV, I turn on Netflix. I don't want to watch the regular news because it goes straight. I could just change the channel, your home channel on my Spectrum, but it's still on channel 14, and that's live news, and I'm trust me, I know when I wake up, which that means they woke me up with their directed weapons, but so it's not just they're watching and see when I wake up and have it, like have the call, somebody ready to call. Well, no, it's like, well, they use their. So this time, so I turn on the Netflix, and usually it's a new movie. I'm like, oh, okay, but I like to hit the info. So it says, as you read, a hired gun. He only had one job, but that's the original. Before you hit info, that's what it says. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not inside of trends or none of. It's the one that's in the, what do you call it? A screen saver, the big one that's being featured to make sure you see it. And it looks like some says he had one job. Okay, but I got to push more info. And I'm not gonna push play yet. Let me see what this shit about. He had one job. Now he's protecting a daughter of a man who shady business dealing put her father's shady business put his daughter in danger. I'm like, shady bitch. When the fuck did I have shady? Y'all consider shady? Cause first of all, bitch, when I was talking about my business plans, I offered all of y'all motherfuckers, family members and friends, cause I had plenty of friends who were very, who got, good jobs. I think that's because of me, literally. This was after I got out the military and after I literally saved their ass. I got 2 or 3 friends who I know for a fact. Cause matter of fact, another friend I thought about. And you can say all you did, but this is in my old town. Me just giving him a ride to that job interview. The public bus system doesn't run like that. He wouldn't have made it. And the job he got was a job at this time I didn't know was a job I was gonna get when I first got out. And I had no experience, but he didn't have this job. It was sterile supply tech. And the reason I thought about it, because one of the last jobs I did with this dude, I told you we put together shelves, not just move furniture. We were at a hospital about 2-3 months, and I said this. They gave this dude this whole, cause it was a big room. It took us 2 days, right? Just 3 of us. It was relatively easy, but at first, if it wasn't for me, you had to figure out how to put these shelves. It's not regular shelves, and we're like, finally we asked, what is this room? They said, oh, this is the room for the sterile supply, for surgery. This is one of the first jobs I was gonna get when I asked, because basically it was, oh, you did this many years. I'm still in my 20s, and black guy, I guess she a dark and the woman, I guess she's in prison, and it doesn't take no experience. It's a simple job. It's I guess it's more about being sterile. not that technical, but whatever. I didn't take. I'm trying to remember what exactly happened that I think I didn't take it. Maybe trying to go to school. I did go to school because I wanted to be a lawyer, but obviously that didn't work, and you know why? Not just them. I had physical injuries that I kept ending up in the hospital for. Right after that's when it was early on me going to the VA. I would sometimes I end up in the emergency room, in the ICU for days, and then it regular get you moved back up. The doctors thought I wouldn't make it, and you know, like again with the idiot gangs, like that's something I did to rub in their faces. Something you think you're better than us, really? Because I recovered. But that's why I said these people. That's what had started when I first started. This is crazy. These are people I know. What are they mad about? So the business then they were like, "Shut up!" And I'm getting the impression like they weren't saying shut up because don't tell other. They literally said, "Don't tell other people to steal your ideas." I'm like, what are you talking about? The idea had there more than enough. These empty ass houses is more than enough for everybody to go around. I'm trying to get y'all to get in with me. I need y'all money but so I'm thinking he just didn't trust me because I didn't go, just stupid nigga shit. You didn't go, I don't have a piece of paper that says, business degree. I'm like, I'm trying to explain it. I'm sitting them down, older members, elders, everybody, no, or either, it's a good idea or nothing, but I didn't know they were being threatened. And so you can imagine all this, the despair, like what is wrong with y'all? And then you see other people then you start all of a sudden TV shows about it, like that's what, nothing. And it's ironic, at that, by the time I figured out what it was, or either I was shown what it was, 2017, 16, they all the day, but before then, all the time, once I go into the VA, and the clinics that had TVs in there, they'd be showing, when I get there, guess what, there's one of those home fix-it clubs, because one of the family members I know, they would always, in the later years, throw in, I love just watching HGTV and the home fix-it shows. And I'm like, yeah, y'all, before, I'm like, now now they don't bring it up no more, HGTV, I don't know, but they might, but not now, because now they might be scared they're going to perish, but, especially after the day. So, so Shady, first of all, like, what shit, the only thing I could think of is, like I said, y'all, that's what I would send hints, like, y'all, what do y'all think y'all the mob, and then, remember, I even joked about it, or even half serious, like, maybe if you would have came to me and told me, you're gonna have to break us off this money if you do this. I'm like, for what? At first I probably would think they joking, especially being I thought they were friends, but, I'm thinking like a movie, then they, let me know this is real. Like, no, nigga, you gonna have to. But since you did it this way, no, man, you gonna die, literally. And I'm full of, you started wearing a lot of them. You started carrying guns. Now I know why. It's not because the way we grew up and the drive-bys and shit like that we've been through. It's because of this fucking program. You're a fucking coward. You got your little pistol permit and all this little shit years ago. And at first I'm thinking it did feel weird. But then I'm thinking, like, I'm proud of these guys. After I got that, they doing it the right way. They not, like no knucklehead with. But, okay. And you want to push me to this point, a lot of people like, don't let no matter what, but nah, they watch. So, this was, I told you they were suicidal. They want this. Instead of, so, like I said, the connection, and because later on in the conversation, after I talked to her, spit it as the game, like, because she says, he changed his mind, he's still here. She's like whispering. I'm like, See, that's even worse. You need to leave because that means he's gonna look at it as you made him. Because she said, well, he changed his mind because I got upset. So that means you nagged him into coming back. Because she said he was going over his friend homeboy house for 3 days. Like, why exactly 3 days? Because our trips would take, a lot of them would take three, some of them would take four. We go one time we went down to West Palm Beach, Florida. We didn't get to see anything. You did the drive shack for 3 days, and basically we ate at night, but you're too tired, to go to anywhere, and finally, I guess because the way I am, they all have to act like me. So it looks like, just basically in the car in the hotel, we're having fun. One time, one of the drive shacks, me and the dude I know they put him with me because he even asking me that he knows this guy according to him. And I'm like, well, how do you know that this guy? He's like, oh, my wife knows his wife, yada yada yada. So basically, they got this guy because he was like, this is my first time working with. I'm just starting working with this dude because he's asking questions. How is he? Like a regular nigga. But the reason is we had a lot in common. We knew the same songs. I don't know if he's an agent they trained, but at that part I could feel, we're close in age. He's a little bit younger, but his son is grown too. But he's having trouble with the law though. Like he already has a felony. And this and that. I'm like, and he's spitting this same dumb bullshit that these celebrities now that he listens to new rap. And matter of fact, that's one of the things they don't like the way I talk about this new rap. And they're like, well, it's not because the rap we listen to is violent. Because like I said, we went through, he know every song. We're on the phone all night playing the music in the room. Like, oh, you remember this? You remember this? But I know it's fake. But still, I'm having fun. I don't get to talk like that. But I know he's a plant, and they put him in the, not just because he was the closest in age and all this and that, but for the program. So we get into an argument, but it wasn't a real argument. They try to make it a joke. Oh, we're in the room next to y'all like little girls arguing about it. Who was the best, back in the day, yada yada yada. I was getting a little bit serious, but it was like I know because of this program and how big it is that these new rappers are part of this program, and so I'm like, no, they can't rap, and it doesn't go by how many sales, this shit is a plant, just like in the movies, the stuff they're putting out, and I couldn't say the fact that you're arguing with me now is that you're like one of the little shills, the street soldiers. I don't know if you'll ever make it up that high, but I don't know how they choose, but you just went in, and so I might have to stop it because I'm running out of space, but I gotta delete some things, but and come back. So, all right, the loser in charge, like I said, they what I meant by we getting in arguments, and he would defer. He wouldn't even stop it. Oh, he just said, "Well, I trust you." He talking to me. And it didn't make me happy because I know why. Like I said, it's what I said, because this is his own company. This isn't, if he was just a supervisor, one, either they wouldn't say anything, or, well, first of all, they wouldn't know because, I'm not going to say anything, go and get the supervisor. But what I am going to do, we're all going to just, I would just stop working then. Okay, well, they going to come by and see nothing is done. Because first of all, I never really said anything. Like at these other jobs, regular jobs, what happened is they would come in and would have a couple, because they had a couple of guys, we would just work together, we just vibe naturally, we get it done, knock it out. But then they would have one or two that come in and naturally to just start automatic every little thing. Here, pick this up, and we're the same. It's not me being a little kid like, oh, it's like we're the same. I'm older than you, and I know it's gang stalking. I'm like, dude, just okay. If you gonna do this, I'm not finna work with you. And it don't work like that. And and like I said, you have to work here for $10 an hour. This is all you have. This is extra money for me, man. So you're not gonna do all this. Like I said, the other guys, some of the young guys, we get in. This was at unloading trucks. It's right around the corner, about 5 minutes from here, but working there last year. And if I make $400 this week, this is all extra money. My bills paid, my rent, the car, this and that. This is really literally just extra money. I don't have to do this. It's physical. It feels good to me. It's like working out, going to the gym for 8 hours and making this little bit of money, $100 a day or whatever. So, you can chill with all this. And when I do say stuff about how to do it, or how to get it done faster, it's for all of us. It's not just for me to feel like the boss. That's how I know you're full of shit, because the other supervisors, the ones, little super, they would notice and they would just leave it alone. But when you're trying to make it about being the boss, that's how I know you're fake, because you're not getting things done. The biggest one would be, because I never did it because it's stupid, is like, this is the wall of boxes and the cart is right there. Make a line, like like on a commercial when there's a flood and they're passing sandbags to build there's going to be a flood in Tennessee or something, the damn rivers, and they know it, not afterwards, but they know it. Just a line. That's supposed to be their big genius idea. Every once in a while, a couple of days, somebody will come in. Just down. You get right here. No, man, it's much faster if each one of us just grab a box, put it on there. If it's too many of us, it's 3 of us back here, and there's not enough room. One of y'all can go to another truck. Me and this dude to do it. That's not me trying to show out. It's way too long to do this. Trust me, it's much faster. Each one of us just physically grab a box, walk them steps, put it on there, and go back and forth like that. If you're too fucking lazy, it's not about being smarter. In that situation, you're not working smarter, and you're not getting it done timely. And it's way too much work, and it's way too easy and way too much work to try to stretch one truck. To try to stretch one truck to so you have something to do all night, to get, because like I said, they needed that money. They was getting, some of them was making at $10 an hour, was coming out there with $800 a week, right? But think about it, do the math. That's a lot of hours, but that's how easy it is. Even though it's physical, I mean, this stuff is heavy, but none of us, you wouldn't get tired. It's literally that easy. But so I know when the one guy that comes along, do this way, there's college kids there, that's really a job for them, make that little money. It was way easier to just go ahead and do it that way. Way faster. You get to knock the truck out, so the main supervisor's happy. You're not kissing ass. We're happy. We're talking shit while we're working the whole time. I like to talk shit, so we're talking shit, cracking jokes, yeah. Here come one. Well, stand in the line and let's do it. No, bitch. And I would tell him that. I wouldn't say bitch. I'm like, no, nigga. It's just way too long. Just go ahead and do it. We ain't got to stress this out. There's a whole nother truck. But eventually, it did run out of work, and so everybody just left, found somewhere else to go, because most of us were working through the temp service, so there's other jobs to go. Matter of fact, that's how I found this fucktard. So anyway, like I said, I don't think this is a light threat. They're really, because like I said, why would she call me last night with the same scenario about the 3? Oh, he's just leaving, but for what? Where? And I'm like, did he say he's going? Because some niggas really would be like, baby, I'm be gone. And a female, and I know that, even her wouldn't like it. Because obviously it doesn't matter. Even if he does do what he says, come back in 3 days, you don't know what you've been doing for them 3 whole days. Even on the job I was doing, even though it's legitimate, I was literally glad. Like, I don't have a girlfriend right now. Whew, I can imagine, West Palm Beach. As a matter of fact, the boss, his wife, and I knew it even though I don't even have, like I said, a girlfriend, a technical girl, they were making it, like we're going. I'm like, bitch, we're not going to have fun, because they're making a call while we're all in the car. You have to. Wouldn't finna drive my car, but even the ones that just like maybe because there were times that we go, it only took 2 hours, so that's just one day. And jobs, a lot of times at the medical places, it took like 3 or 4 hours. You spend more time driving. Sometimes the job took 30 minutes, and because you get paid for the trip there, so you make about maybe $90 or $100 for 4 hours of work, and two of them or three of them was spent driving there and back, and you only worked 20 minutes. So that's quick $100. And where else you gonna do that? Like I said, $10 an hour, you gotta work 10 hours, or even $15 an hour. You still gotta work, 8 hours, but you're gonna make 100 and whatever. Still, this job you spent 20, 20 minutes working and 3.5 hours driving or whatever, there and back. So the wife, oh, that's what it was. Oh, my wife is going on a girls trip. I'm like, nigga, this is after we had been on 3 or 4 of them, and a couple of them out of town, Hampton, Virginia, and it was like, we're not going on a fucking gas trip. I don't, I, we might at night after the job, let's say we're there for 3 days, we might have went to a sports bar to eat wings. But this is not a gas trip. We're not hanging out. That's just, like I said, what I always would do. Yeah, we could be on the field exercising. We had went to war. We're doing, at the time I was in, same fucking thing. I always make everything fun. That's how I get through it. We would be just me and two guys at a certain site for 2 weeks by ourselves. It's still gonna be cracking jokes, talking shit about how miserable we are. I've done that before. That's just how I do things when I was in charge or whatever, even if I'm not in charge. And I never had a problem with none of the super. That's how I ended up getting, not being a jerk or the clown, but as long as you know your know your job real well and better than everybody else, and it's not a put down, a competition. That's just the way I do things, because I don't like being told what to do. But I don't mean I be an asshole about it. Basically, all that means is I take what they call take the initiative and just do it already. There's no reason for them to come in. Hey, y'all know this got to be taken care of this morning. Every morning we do it. Why y'all sitting around? I don't want to hear that. It ain't got nothing to do with ass kissing. It's like, but it's already done. We already did it, man. There's no need for all that. Chill out. Obviously I can't say that because, smart mouth. Okay, what was not done? Your pink slip. That's done. but nah. So yeah, like I said, I'm not an idiot. So this thing about to run out. I'm upload. Matter of fact, I got some more to upload from last night, and we'll see how this thing goes. But I'm not through yet. You know. There's not no manifesto, no bullshit. Like, that's what I'm saying. These fucktards know what the fuck they doing. That's some cowardly shit. You fucking cowards.